Hey, everybody. Who's here? Anybody? Tom Day here with the Default Agent channel. Today I'm going to answer questions from you folks on REO or just real estate in general, whatever. Why don't you feel free to use the chat menu. Bear with me, new to this, but I think I can handle it. I'd like to know who's here, where are you from, what's happening in your area. Feel free to share that. For those that stick around long enough, I'm going to share with you a new asset management company that I discovered in the last week or so. They're out of California, and I know that they're closing properties here in my area. That's how I discovered them. So I'm going to share that with everybody. Before I sign off, I'm going to throw it in the chat. I think I'll start with a question a lot of you are probably wondering, and that is, where are the REOs, and when are we going to see more of them? I went into the MLS this morning and looked in my area and saw that year to date, the number of closings for REOs is roughly the same as what it was during the same period last year. So there hasn't been any kind of appreciable difference in what's coming on market for REOs, and it's unlikely that we're going to see much more throughout the rest of this year. Between the holidays of Thanksgiving and New Year's, REO pretty much shuts down. They're not serving papers or doing evictions of anything like that. So I don't see much happening this year. Probably going to be looking more into 2023 and beyond. First question. Hey, William, I see your question. How do BPOs work into obtaining REO listings? Well, I did a whole video on that. It's 30 minutes long. You can find that in the, just go to my channel. But I'm going to answer your question as best I can in a brief period of time. That's how I got REO listings back in 2008. Was I did them for asset management firms. They want them for various reasons. Most of the time, when a borrower goes into default or is behind in their payments, they want a broker price opinion on that property, and they hire agents to do that. So that's how you get to know, or how asset managers get to know who you are, is by doing BPOs and showing how accurate you are doing your BPOs. So that's essentially, that's the short answer to that. If you want to learn more about that, go check out my video that called "How to Get REO Listings from Banks," and it goes into much further detail about that whole relationship with BPOs and REO. So who else we got here? Hanson Lai wants to join my team. Hey, that's great. Why don't you reach out to me, and we can talk about it rather than bore everybody with the details of that. Let me share a link with you, and we can discuss all that sometime in the next day or two. That sounds great. Here's the link, Hanson. Anybody else who wants to talk REO with me can go ahead and schedule with that link. Who else is here? Brandon from Remax in California. All right, glad to see you here. What's happening in California? Southern California, Northern California? What's happening here in Florida is, unit sales are down about 30% from a year ago. But when I went into a deeper dive, I noticed that really the lower end of the market is still has a very tight inventory, and the upper end of the market is where homes aren't selling anymore. In that 2 million and higher, we have years worth of inventory for that. In the lower luxury and up to about 2 million, we're approaching a balanced market. 4, 5, 6 months worth of inventory, and then the non-luxury stuff, we still have 2 months worth of inventory. So I'm curious to hear what you folks are seeing. Hey, Martha, how can I get REO listings? Reached out about 40 companies between banks and asset management companies, but received little in response. Well, that's kind of typical. There's not a lot of inventory at the moment, so you need to be patient with all that. Hopefully, you'll maybe get some BPO assignments. I've been doing the same thing. Many of the companies that I was working for back during our last cycle have folded up shop even. But there's not a lot of inventory at the moment, and we're probably looking. REO is going to be a strategy for 2023 and 4 and beyond. Right now, there's not a lot going on, and I'm going to a conference in Dallas, and going to be hearing a lot of different speakers talking on the subject, and I hope to be reporting back to everybody what all those folks are saying about the future of REO. But it's all going to be about patience and perseverance. Really, you just got to keep at it, and we can. And that's really it. You just got to be patient with all that. So, any particular questions about any of the material any of my videos that you've seen? William, seen a closed balance. It appears close and end to seller's market though. Okay. Here's Martha. Since you brought it up, I wonder if you've ever heard of. I'm gonna share this now rather than hold out for everybody. Here's a link to a company called Servicing Corporation, SN Servicing Corporation. They're in California, and they are closing properties in my area. I've never heard of them before a week or so ago, and I signed up on their website. And here's the link, and you should all hook up with them and see what you can. William asks, is it good to work with several BPO companies? Is it good to work with multiple? Yes, I would work with as many BPO companies as possible. You may find that you like some better than others. I know I do. Some of them can be a real pain in the neck, and some of them can be much easier to work for. But really, it's all about practice. And that was kind of the subject of my most recent video called "I Hate BPOs." You just got to get good at it, and the better you are at BPOs, the more efficient you'll get, and you'll be able to make more money in a shorter period of time. But you're putting together by practice. You're going to be putting together a better product for those asset managers. So yes, sign up with as many companies as you can, really. And you may decide that some you don't want to work for after a while, but I would, in the early phases, I would certainly sign up for as many as I could. Uh, okay. I got another question here. What's the best way to determine the worth of a bedroom or bathroom in a certain market? Well, you got to just study your MLS. You know, if you're doing uh, a four bedroom home in a certain subdivision, then you're going to try and find out what the average price of a, a three bedroom uh, as compared to a four bedroom, and then you come up with the difference. Really, it's pretty simple. Um, uh, or you can even, if you know any appraisers, you can even reach out to them and ask them. I'm always answering questions for appraisers on my old sales. They're constantly calling me up, asking me certain details about a closed sale I've had. So any appraiser that is bothered by your questions, they really shouldn't be, because they're always um, reaching out to agents and asking them further details on their closed sales. So, yeah, I know a couple appraisers, and sometimes if I'm really stuck, I might reach out to them and do that. But the information is all there for you in the MLS. Just sometimes you just have to run a bunch of closed sales at four bedrooms, and then a bunch of three bedrooms, find out what the difference in the average prices are. And that should give you a reasonably accurate number for that figure. I hope that answered your question. Clear Capital and Asset Val. Yeah, I like Asset Val. I do a few for them here and there. I'm not doing any for Clear Capital anymore. No problem with them really, but they won't lead to any REO listings. Their sister company, the REO Network, is one of those pay-for platforms, and supposedly you may be able to hook up with them. But Clear Capital, you're doing them just for the fee, and that should be fine. Yeah, it wouldn't hurt to get your appraiser's license. I took the appraisal class a long time ago, before I became an agent. Never did anything with it, but it did help me know the concepts and how to do a BPO. That's a long road to travel if all you're going to do is BPOs, but there is some value in being getting an appraiser's license. Okay. Yes, and Hanson, I would like to talk with you sometime. Please reach out to me, and we can talk offline about that. Let's see if I've missed any questions here. Okay, William, I get it. Well, this might be a short session. This is the first time I've ever done a YouTube live, so I appreciate those of you that have shown up for this. I was hoping for perhaps a better turnout and a few more questions, but looks like we're kind of run its course here. Thanks, William. Appreciate that. I'll probably do another live. I'm thinking about doing a live report from the 5-Star Conference, which is coming up in September 18th. I'm going to that. If any of if any of you guys are going to that, let me know, because we can get together and have a coffee or drink or whatever. I'm looking forward to it. Got a lot out of it last year, even though it didn't directly bring any business to me. The networking was fantastic. And I'm looking forward to going there again this year. All right, I'm going to call it a day. It's been great. As short as it was, short and sweet, I guess. And thank you, especially William, for asking your questions, and Martha for yours as well. That's it for today. Oh, and if you haven't already, of course, please hit that like button for me, and subscribe to my videos. This is Tom Day, and we're signing off. Thanks for showing up. Appreciate it.